Hello, beautiful Sagittarius. It is CJ here. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back. If you're part of our family, excuse me, just had a hair stuck on my lip. How are you doing today, my love? Is life treating you kind? How are you feeling? I do hope you're feeling very well. I mean, we had that new moon in Virgo that was on Saturday, the 23rd. I don't know about you. For me, my energy has felt kind of like drained. It's been such a strange thing. So, you know, I know there's a new moon. I know there's going to be another new moon in Virgo in September. We're getting closer to the eclipse season. So I don't know. Let me know how you're feeling, my love. I hope well, though. I hope well. I hope everything's doing good. Okay, so Sag, we're going to get into your reading. It's a general reading for you, as always, not a one-to-one. Please keep that in mind, especially if you're new and you're unfamiliar with how things are done here on our channel, as well as it may not resonate with everyone, so please also keep that in your back pocket. And we're going to get right into your reading, Sag. Thank you so much for all of your love and your support. It means the world to me. It really, truly does. Okay, when I was meditating on your energy, today I did get a little bit, you know, I said that, I believe it was last week to you, that I didn't pick up anything. So again, maybe it's connected to that new moon, right? The new moon energy. You know, I'm not an astrologer, so many of you guys know a lot more of what's going on in the stars and planets than I do. But again, still, it made me feel a little weird, a little tired, a little, you know, and I've been getting proper rest. So it is a season. Okay. All right, Sag. We're going to get into it. As I said, when I was meditating on your energy, really cool. My guides showed me the picture of a window, a beautiful window. There was no curtains. I could not see what was on the other side, but it was a window and beautiful. So for me, it felt a couple of things. I was getting it two ways. I was getting it, number one, as a window, as you know, everyone always says, oh, a door is opening, etc. But it felt like a window that you were seeing out of differently, if that makes sense. Felt very serene, very beautiful, and in fact, the word that they attached to that image was serenity. So serenity, right? Peace, calm, kind of that energy of not really being too troubled with stuff. But yet, Sag, there's a hesitation because I feel like spirit, and that's how spirit communicates with me. I feel like if you're connecting with this, I also feel that it has been a long time coming. It feels to me that things have been a little bit more chaotic, maybe a little bit more hectic, and a little more strained. And now it feels, I don't know if you're seeing something clearly through a window, or you know how sometimes windows can also reflect our image, or how we, you know, you can kind of see yourself through a window sometimes. So kind of a very interesting, involving kind of meditation message coming through. I'm excited to see what this is going to be about. So I don't know, I'm talking a lot today as well. So let's get into this. Let's see what's going on for you. All right, Sag, let's begin. Spirit, please show me clearly for Sagittarius, our fire sign. For those that this is a reading, what is the message you have for whenever they come? Today is Tuesday. It is the 26th of August. But again, Sag, timeless, right? Okay, let's see what's on the bottom. We have a change in the wind. It's number 12, so it is a 3. Everything is realigning is what I want to say. Take a look at this card. Change in the wind. I'm going to move my mouse. I always forget to do that here. A change in the wind. So it's on the bottom of the deck. So this is a foundation energy, right? A change in the wind. Something is shifting for you. Something big is shifting for you. You can see the wind is actually blowing leaves and everything around here, and we're not quite where I'm in the northern hemisphere. We're not quite into fall yet, but again, so maybe that also on a timeline. Excuse me, Sag, very congested today. On a timeline, whatever could be coming out of this reading may be connected to fall, or you know, if you're in southern hemisphere, maybe it is spring. Okay, we have Between Worlds next. Okay, it is also 3. So you got 2 cards of adding up to 3 here. Between Worlds. Well, this is basically you're not quite in one. You're leaving something. You're leaving the past behind. You're leaving something behind. It could be a place. Maybe some of you are moving, but you're leaving something behind, whether that's physical or even just spiritual, emotional. But you're headed to the other part. You're headed to where it's much brighter. It's like a change comes in, then you're in between worlds, one being kind of dark and gray, the other one being very vibrant and full of life. And then you're headed to Treasure Island. Okay, and that is number 9. So 9s for me are about coming very close to, you know, a conclusion. So Treasure Island is all about, you know, the love that you want, the stability you want, the financial security that we all would want, the good health, you know? It's beautiful blessings coming your way. It feels like you're in that transition, Sag. It really does. Now, we do have the question or the card why next. I'm not getting much of a energy from this. But again, I always say this, you know, when we know our why, we don't need to worry about the how. You know, like when we know why we want something, for me anyways, it feels like it comes clear and easier to figure out and map out how to get that. So I'm wondering if that's connected here. Let's put these back. Let's see what wants to come out. But beautiful energy right off the top. Obviously, change. You know, sometimes change can be uncomfortable, but I'm getting a feeling that it isn't uncomfortable, that this is one that would be very much wanted. Again, they're giving me the word serenity in my mind's eye. Okay. All right, Spirit, thank you so much for guiding me in this reading. What is the message for Sag? I didn't even shuffle, but we already got one. Okay, we have Imagine. Wow, Spirit, quick today. Beautiful. Let's see what's on the bottom. If I can pick it up. Oh, we have Regeneration. Oh, Sag, this is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It's even followed by New Life. Okay, so something new, something big, something bold, something huge is coming towards you. You know, New Life is truly about some huge change. We got change in the wind, right? that you are embarking on, that you are about to step into. Okay, so and again, I am getting a feeling about October. That's weird. I don't normally get timelines. You guys know that? Don't know why I'm getting that. Maybe it's really specific for someone. All right, so we have Imagine that came out. It's number 20, right? Now, we talk about twos. Twos being usually about a choice. They can be about a partnership. It doesn't always have to be that, though, right? Imagine coming out here is telling you that your dreams are so close. They're so within reach. If you can see, hopefully my camera will pick it up. And there's a figure, right? There's a figure of energy here, and their hand is reaching out to the moon, as in grabbing their dreams, okay? So let me see if I can steady my hand. Hopefully you can see that. I hope you can. So I need a sip of water. All of a sudden my mouth's gotten very dry. Okay. So imagine, Sag. This is the energy when you crawl into bed at night and you are... if you've ever done this in your life, I'm sure many have, you know, you might have issues, you might have worries on your mind. You might have a little bit of like, oh, I can't fall asleep. And then if you can turn your mind into, well, what, like dreaming, like where do I want to be? What do I want to be doing? Who do I want around me? What does it look like? All of that kind of huge, allowing yourself to really tap into that frequency. That's what Imagine is really about. This is a card that says if you can dream it and you can hold it in focus, it is coming true for you. So big, beautiful energy. Bottom of the deck, we have Regeneration. Wow, incredible. It's number 46, so that is a 10. So think Wheel of Fortune. You know, and the Wheel of Fortune sometimes can get stuck for us. Sometimes it needs to be stuck until, you know, the divine timing is happening for us, and then it starts to move. But regeneration is truly that. It is like coming, it's, you know, it's almost like, you know, the little chick hatching out of the egg, or the skin shedding its skin, or shedding the skin. Oh my gosh. Mercury retrograde is done, but I'm still feeling it. The snake shedding its skin, if you know what I mean. Regeneration is about starting again, but with everything that you already have. And it's more beautiful than that. I'm not giving it the right credit of what this card means. It looks like a volcano, right? So I always try and use that as an example. You know, volcano, it's scary, it's dangerous, it's all of that. But when it calms down, you know, that lava that was hot and orange and very on fire cools and it meets the ocean, it causes expansion. That's what this regeneration is. It's feeling like something brand new is coming into your life, but yet you are taking with you. Is that what you want me to say, Spirit? Yeah, it feels like you, and again, you're not maybe physically moving, but this is more of an expansion in your energy, your frequency. That it's like better than ever. That's kind of what it feels like to me. Like this next journey is going to be better than ever for you. Something to do with this new life too. It feels like your life however it may be right now, will look completely different when this comes in. That's what I'm really getting here, Sag. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Okay, I'm going to have another sip of water. Don't know what's going on. I was fine, but all of a sudden my throat's getting very dry. Let's get into the tarot. Okay. And again, with Imagine, that means whatever your dreams are, whatever your hopes, your desires, what your wants, your wishes are, believe it, Sag. If you believe it, that is what brings it to you. Okay, we're going to go in Light Series deck. Let's get started here. All right, let's see what's on the bottom. Wow, we have the Ten of Wands. So that's your energy, Aries and Leo, right? Ten of Wands, though, is this, wow. Let's put it like this. Ten of Wands. If you were to all of a sudden say you won the lottery, for example, and I'm using it as an example, of course, Sag. If you had, money problems or, everything was like a little bit more of a struggle, all of a sudden there's this big amount of money that comes your way. It's like, okay, that relieves all your heaviness, all the burdens, all the responsibilities. Again, I'm getting a feeling of movement here. Some of you may be very well moving somewhere that actually regenerates your entire spirit, brings you this new life where you meet new people, you're doing new things, and your life feels reinvigorated. Okay, got to give that to you. But this is on the bottom of the deck, so it does say you're in the process of getting very close to things being lighter, things being easier. We have the Two of Wands next. Okay, so again, that is a fire energy. This is like not making a decision, but contemplating, deciding which way you're going to go. I'm very interested because we have the World down here, which does represent the ending of one cycle, the beginning of a new one. Okay. We have the Death card, Scorpio's energy, major arcana here. This is death, rebirth. This feels like a major theme that Spirit is bringing in here. That there's something that is dying out, there's something new beginning, and it feels really special and really sweet. Okay, so something dying out for a new beginning, and then we have that Wheel of Fortune. Okay, wow, so there's a Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful. It feels like it's working in your favor now, Sag. It really, really does. Perhaps that's why there's a Two of Wands here where you're like, whoa, everything's happening for me. What's the next step, right? What do I need to do next? Does come after the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this is our earth energy, our money, our resources, our self-confidence, our investments, all that stuff. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So there is this energy here that for some, this is where you have been. It could be lack of money, lack of energy, lack of time, lack, right? Just this energy of like, oh, things aren't going to improve. But they are. They are. Okay, let's put these back and see what Spirit has. Beautiful. Love this. Okay. All right, Spirit, thank you so much. What is the message for Sagittarius? For our fire sign, for those, this is our reading. That jumped in my hand. Now, I am trying to tune in if I'm taking this or not, Spirit. Yeah, okay, they want me to take this, so I will. Five of Swords. I'm going to set it over here. I feel like that needs to be a little bit over to the side. With the Queen of Wands on the bottom. Okay, so Five of Swords, Sag. That's now our air energy, right? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You can see there's a bird pecking at this guy's head. There's someone way back here. Wait, I'm lexicon there. Wait, over here. No, over here. What is happening? And that person at the very back is kind of celebrating that they won the battle or something, right? That they've outsmarted this person. Now, when this card shows up, it can definitely be someone else in your life that is doing that, but also the flip side of that is it can be us doing it to ourselves, right? I mean, we all have pressure. We all have issues and troubles in our life. Five of Swords is that energy where we can tend to sometimes think the very worst. And when we do start to do that, sometimes things start to become what feels like the very worst because that's how powerful we are. So the Five of Swords, I feel, is Spirit's way of acknowledging that on some level here, you have felt that way. Again, I'm feeling like this is going to be more in the past. It might be in the present at this moment, but you're moving towards, this complete regeneration for you. We have the Queen of Cups on the bottom. This is Cancer's energy. It's water. I've had all the suits show up. It's about loving yourself more, nurturing yourself more, and also trusting. Really trusting your intuition. We're all very intuitive. Because Cancer is ruled by the moon, they tend to be a little bit more, can tend to be a little bit more intuitive in the way of listening to what their gut is telling them. So right now when I'm looking at this, it's almost like Spirit's coming through saying, you know, if you have felt like things weren't going to work out for you, if you have felt like your head is exploding because you just can't take anymore, when the Queen of Cups comes out, it is a reminder, as I said, to love and nurture and take care of yourself. This is also a protective energy, right? So I like that this is showing up to balance, kind of counterbalance the Five of Swords. Okay, let's keep going. All right, Spirit, what else do you have for Sagittarius? I just seen the Empress card, which is gorgeous. Oh, okay, where did that go? Give me a sec. There we go. Four of Pentacles. Okay, so Four of Pentacles has come out. This is an energy of not having enough, holding on too tightly to our money. Oh my gosh. Excuse me, Sag, just very congested right now. Holding on too tight onto our money. It can be holding on to our emotions, or you know, holding back. And again, with this Imagine card, these two cards to me are almost feeling like Spirit's tapping you on the shoulder saying, hey, we got to get out of this, because I want you to imagine, I want you to dream as big as you possibly can. There's not going to be a need to have to hold on so tightly. This can also be holding on to a thought, right? Yes, it's Pentacles, but again, it's anything that is happening here on this planet, on Earth, right? It's Earth energy. Because bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords, which is opportunities and options and like a lot of things to pick from, right? Where, like on this card, this person's walking on a tightrope. They're not worried about falling. You see what I mean? So there's this kind of energy coming through here, without a doubt, that there's a need to kind of let go of a little bit of this, I'm going to say worry, because I feel like that's kind of what it is. Now, I know sometimes it's easier said than done, Sag, but I feel like right now, if you can kind of be more in the moment, remember the cards at the very beginning. I'm trying to remember them, because they just showed me the in-between worlds. That's where you might be right now. In between worlds. You're not quite on the other side. I cannot remember what the first card was. I'm sorry. But hopefully you do. Okay, let's continue. Show me more. Oh, my goodness. These cards are just flipping out like crazy. Okay. How do you want me to take this? Okay, I'm going to go like this. Okay. Eight of Swords. Knight of Wands. Love that. And then the Justice card. Okay, and then the Page of Wands. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, Sag. So we've got Eight of Swords showing up here. Yeah, okay. We have the Eight of Swords showing up. Can't believe how fast the cards are coming out. Eight of Swords, again, is an energy where we do feel stuck. It is more in our mind, right? But, you know, again, our mind is very powerful. So the Eight of Swords indicates here that there's been a feeling of being stuck. You can't go forward, you can't go back. You feel like you're tied up and you're unable to break away, right? The thing is with the Eight of Swords is it typically is our mind, right? Yes, things are going on in our life, of course. But we're almost never powerless, right? Even though it doesn't feel like that sometimes. We're moving on to the Knight of Wands, which is your energy, which is your beautiful, vivacious, exciting, positive energy. So something's going on here. I will try and get a clarifier. But that Knight of Wands showing up is beautiful because something breaks free here. Something's breaking free to put you back into the groove of you and into the flow of you. Doing what you love to do and doing it with a lot of excitement and passion and feeling really, really good, Sag. It's followed by the Justice card, which is Libra's energy. Now this is... again, air, right? But this card, when it shows up, it does indicate here, whatever you believe in, God, source, angels, the divine, whatever it is. It's like they're bringing the scales into balance. So again, if things have been difficult, things have been hard, which I felt in the when I was meditating, I felt like that things have been taking kind of a long time to change. But now that they're changing, it's like Justice showing up is just confirming that to me, right? Everything is balancing out for you. Now, I do have this feeling because, you know, my guides have given this to me before. When it comes to the Justice card, the scales, they've showed it to me in this way where well, hopefully you can see my hands. Let's pretend my hands are the scales. If it's been so out of whack for a long time, right? where it kind of feels like things are just kind of up against, they're up against you all the time. When the Justice card shows up, excuse me again, oh, wow, it means it's got to go the other way. You know, it's got to go the other way for it to actually be balanced. So that's what I'm getting here with that Justice card. And then we have the Page of Wands. So this is this new path that you're about to embark on. It's beautiful. So again, now this is your fire energy, right? So Sag, this could be a new career. It could be a new love. It could be completely moving to a new country, for goodness sake. It could involve all of those things. It's a new beginning where you are just feeling free enough to throw your wand and watch it kind of bloom. Watch the path bloom. Now, we do have the Seven of Wands. I'm just going to move out of the way. We have this, the King of Swords on the bottom, followed by the Seven of Wands. So the King of Swords, right, when the King or Queen come out, especially the King, that does mean that there could be like loose ends, like some kind of contracts or things you got to sign. Maybe you got to get a little bit of assistance from an attorney or some kind of bank institution. Do you know what I mean? So, for example, again, let's go back to the example that, hey, Sag, you check your numbers and you won some big money, okay? Well, in order for you to move on and move forward and do the things that you have dreamed of doing, you probably are going to have to get some kind of legality, some kind of legal advice or guidance, right? Where to put your money, where to invest it, etc., etc. If you own a home, like you get the gist of what I'm saying. That's what this is feeling like. And then we have the Seven of Wands underneath that. So, you know, the Seven of Wands is also about protecting your energy now, right? Like putting yourself in that bubble where whatever else is going on or whatever might have been going on, it's not affecting you anymore, right? You're still in flow. Okay, gotta tell you, I'm not really sure where to go today. I'm going to go into a different deck because I just wanted to see if we can get a little more clarifying and see what else Spirit obviously has for you. But it's quite the change. These three cards to these three cards, the energy, the shift in the energy is quite massive. Quite massive. Okay, let's go Spirit Animal. See if we can get a little clarity here. What do we have? Yeah, we got the Eight of Cups on the bottom. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is the indication of leaving things behind, right? But in order for us to grow and expand, we have to leave things behind. We can't take everything with us, right? Okay, so Eight of Cups, again, followed by the Seven of Wands. So some of you might be breaking away as well from something that hasn't been healthy. Getting that? And so in that case, yeah, the Seven of Wands is definitely indicating showing up twice. That's really important that you're protecting yourself. Look, we have repeat cards. We've got the Page of Wands next, which we have right here. And then we have the Empress. Oh, beautiful. So this is Taurus's energy, and this is all about growth and expansion of blessings, prosperity, you know, all the lovely things, Sag. Okay, so let's see. I want to ask about the Eight of Swords. Can you show me a little bit about the Eight of Swords? I don't want to go back too much. I just want to see a little bit more over here. If you can, please, Spirit. So what is Sagittarius breaking away from? The Hangman. Wow. So the Hangman, it means you're breaking away from some kind of thought process is what I want to say. Thought process, something that has made you feel very stuck. Your perception has changed, which is a beautiful thing to see here because it's taking you out of feeling like you have no power and reminding you here of all the power in the world that you do have. What do we have on the bottom? The Chariot. Wow. Okay, so Cancer's energy again. Two major arcana clarifying the Eight of Swords. This is success. This is you getting out of your own way, getting out of your head, right? And again, being very successful. Whatever this is, you're going to be very successful. Beautiful energy. Okay. All right, Spirit. What can you tell me about... What about this new path? Where is Sag headed? I really love this energy. Oh, wait. Hold on. I got cards popping out. I really love this energy moving forward. Because these three cards here feel very kind of like really stagnant energy. Let me see. Oh, wow, look at that. We got the Fool, where I moved my deck. But we have the Three of Swords and the Devil. Ha, not surprised to see that. Okay, holy cow, a lot of cards. I need another sip of water here, Sag. Hold up with me. All right. Yeah, okay. I asked where you were headed. This is the interesting thing. Spirit doesn't always, sometimes they want to show a lot of other things, right? We have that Three of Swords and the Devil and the Four of Cups. So it's interesting because this is stuff that's feeling like it has kept you stuck. How do I put this? Because Three of Swords, heartbreak, betrayal, being let down, right? The Devil, unhealthy thinking, unhealthy relationships, toxicity, restrictions, control. Four of Cups, right? Unable to see kind of the blessings, right? This card doesn't depict that very well, but at the same time, it is showing a little bit more of a lower vibe with the Four of Cups. So what this is feeling like to me, again, I feel like this is Spirit acknowledging what has taken place in your life for I don't know how long, my love, but long enough for it to have affected your vibration. I mean, not only your vibration, of course, because what we put out is what we usually receive, right? And you are a beautiful, positive, loving human being. But I think when things get a little tough for us, as they do for many of us, it can be very hard to dream. It can be very difficult to imagine. It can be very, can feel fake to go, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to believe. But meanwhile, hey, I just got another bill that I can't pay or something, right? It can be very difficult. I feel like that's what Spirit is saying here. It's like this perspective you are changing, or that you have changed, is what changes everything. And that's what I want to say, because these cards feel, again, like the energy has to go over here. It's what I felt with these cards, the Five of Swords especially. And it's like what's coming forward. Well, we have the Justice card once again, right? So you got the Justice showing up twice. This is about everything getting righted for you. We even have the Eight of Cups showing up again, right? So leaving this shit in the past. And then we have the Fool, which is a brand new beginning, the new cycle. And even the Ace of Pentacles is underneath that. And then we have the Star. So this is a new cycle in Pentacles, Sag. So, again, more money, more solidness, more stability. We have the Star, as I said. So healing, renewal. Okay. Let's put these back. I'm going to go one more time, I feel, Spirit. Yeah, I think one more time. Let's see what else wants to come out. But Sag, I'm almost like for a loss of words here, because the energy is quite strong and intense, but I'm also feeling the weight of this. I love, though, that there is this shift, and it feels like a huge shift, because when new life comes out, that is a pretty powerful message, right? One way ending, a new way beginning. Okay, and I feel like one that revitalizes all parts of you. All right, Spirit, thank you so much for guiding me in this reading for beautiful Saggy. What else would you like Sagittarius to know? Let's go like that. Let's see. What else would you like them to know? Oh, okay. Just hit my chest. What is this? Five of Cups, but in reverse. So upright. Five of Cups is a sadness, right? A sadness, damn, this didn't work out. How come it doesn't work out? Why hasn't it worked out? All of that, but it's in reverse. What do we have on the bottom? Well, we have the Five of Wands. Very interesting. And the Ace of Wands. Okay. So the Five of Cups that come out, so this is shifting. Now we have the Five of Wands that did come out with it, or that's on the bottom, sorry. This Five of Wands, Sag, I feel is, how sometimes it is about the drama and the arguing and the combat and all that kind of heaviness. Sometimes the Five of Wands represents our desire, our strength to keep fighting for what we're wanting. Fighting might not be the right word here. Bear with me, right, because I am channel mode. But again, this feels like your determination. You did not quit. You did not give up, even when it was feeling like crap. You did not. Okay, and then what follows that is beautiful Ace of Wands. So this is a powerful energy, because this is everything starting new. Again, where you know, when you've been tired and worn out and you don't believe anymore, that cycle, it ends and this new path starts where it's like, oh my God, everything is exciting and everything is like, oh, it feels like it's passionate and it lights my heart up and ready to start going on that journey. That's what's happening. For some of you, it could be with another person. For some reason, I'm just feeling guided to look at the bottom of the deck here. 2 of Cups, right? But again, if it's not about another person coming together, this is about you coming whole, right? Everything coming back into what it was meant to be for you. Yeah, kind of, I can't think of another word to say. All right, and then we have the 6 of Cups. So beautiful. And then it's followed by the King of Pentacles. Yeah, there's this... What was the word that they gave me at the very beginning? The window that I seen. What was the word, Spirit, please? Please, what was that word? Serenity. Thank you. Serenity. Obviously, serenity is going to mean a different thing for everyone, right? I guess there's a definition for it. But that's what this feels like. It feels like for those of you that this is your reading, there is this sharp, quick, again, might take months, but I'm saying it feels like it completely just goes, and before you can blink, you're on this new path. Very, very powerful, beautiful. Okay, so Sag, I feel like that's where they want me to leave it. I don't feel like we should go any further. I think that's the message that Spirit had for whoever is needing this. You are definitely breaking away. But again, this feels like for good, you know? Everything looks different from this point on. All right, so wow, beautiful. Okay, Sag, I hope that helped you. I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea, although it's very hot where I am right now. Let's close your reading out. I'm going to go Pearls of Wisdom. Bottom of the deck, we have Dreams. Okay, let me read this. It says, patterns emerge when we understand the symbols and meanings of our dreams. Universal laws are at work. Okay, and the affirmation is, I am progressing. Wow, that's pretty point on, Spirit. Thank you. So what was that? Universal laws are at work. Okay, so they have your back. Any final message, please, Spirit, for Sagittarius, our fire sign? Thank you so much for guiding me in this reading. I just seen the card. I think it's the Truth. It's like a sword. Anyways, we'll see if it comes out. All right, Spirit, what is the final message you have for beautiful Sag? For those that this is a reading. Oh, okay. What do we have? Oh, wow, that's what I see. Okay, we have guidance. Let me show this to you. Beautiful. It's like angel back there, angel wings. Guidance. You are a beautiful soul, providing a guiding light to others on their spiritual journey. Affirmation is, I'm a role model for others. Now, that is an important card, too, because, you know, you probably have people that are watching you as well, and you are a role model to others. So how you perceive things, Sag, not that it's your job, not that it's your responsibility or any of that. But again, this shift is probably, in the way that they're saying it here, almost as like people may be watching you and then they change their attitude because they've seen how you've changed, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's a beautiful card. Bottom, we have the Truth. So that is the card that I see. All right, so here it is. Let me read it for you. Oops. It says, every situation in life can be seen from many points of view. The truth is the answer which gives you peace of mind. Again, I am truthful to myself as the affirmation. Yeah, again, Sag, it's just like everything is just kind of... feels like this kind of stuff is falling away. You've had such a huge part of it because of the way you've seen things, the way you've changed things, your perspective. But again, it's like falling away, and then it's like, again, there's just this beautiful, loving energy coming in here of you getting this gift of a new life, of a new way. Underneath the Truth is happiness. So I do feel that many of you, that this is your reading, yeah, happiness is on its way. Maybe in a way that you can't even see it right now. All right, Sag, this is where we're going to close your reading. I hope that this helped those of you that you resonated with it. Thank you for taking the time to be here. As always, I love you so very much. Thanks for all the comments. I will be getting back. You guys, I've had those blisters on my thumbs as well as not having a lot of energy over the last few days. I will be responding to you, of course, but I've read all of them. I love you so very much. Thank you so much for being part of our family. I mean, you rock. We've got the best family in this whole entire world. Okay, Sag, I love you so much. Mwah. Big, big hugs. Have a beautiful day, and I hope to see you again. Okay, Saggy? Take care.